stitching friends, welcome to the Starlight Stitching Co. Flosstube number 18. Today is July 20th and I have lots of things to share with you today. I missed doing Flosstube last week. I was just trying really hard to get orders out and ended up not having enough time to film, and so I just pushed it off a week. Sorry for that. I'll try to stick to a regular schedule, but trying to get orders out to my customers is number one with my working time in the morning here. So I have several full finishes. I know, who am I? I also have some finishes, but not fully finished items. Obviously whips, some giveaways, haul. I've been pretty bad. I have quite a bit of haul. I'm gonna have to work on that. Yeah, so let's dig in, I guess. The first full finish I have is this sweet little pillow. This pattern is the USA stamp, USA Forever stamp from Fat Quarter Shop. I believe it's a free pattern, maybe? I always end up leaving stuff behind me. I try to collect it all on the table and then I forget. So here's the pattern from Fat Quarter Shop. USA Forever stamp. I don't remember if it's free or if it's really inexpensive. Either way, it's super cute. And I just used some of the floss I had on hand for my Stars and Stripes Forever and stitched it up. You can see the white detail better in person. It's getting washed out. My lighting in my craft room is not the best. So I finished it into a little pillow. I have some lace trim here that's a very pale blue, red and white ribbon, and a sweet little button that I just sewed onto the ribbon. And there's the fabric on the back. It's the same as the fabric on the front. And now I have a sweet little dough bowl pillow. The next finish I have, since we were just talking about it, is the Stars and Stripes Forever. I can't remember if I shared this with you last time. So I had it done, and then I realized that there was some dirt or a stain on the fold line. Of course, I didn't notice this until I was totally finished stitching. And I tried to use one of those, it wasn't a Tide pen, it was like a little wipe in a different brand. And I don't know if you can tell, but it like bleached it out just a little bit where I rubbed it. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might take another one and just randomly rub it around the rest of the background to make it match. To salvage it. It may not be noticeable on camera, but it's noticeable in person. Anyway, this is stitched on a pale blue 14 count Aida that I had in my stash with DMC colors. The next full finish I have is my August birdhouse pattern. So I shared previously that I have a July birdhouse freebie available on my website. It will be free until August 1st, and then after that it will be a low-priced PDF. So here is the July. And now this is the new August one. Let's see if you can get some details without it totally washing out. So there's a white, let's call it a duplex birdhouse because there's two holes for the birds to go in. Sunflowers, a couple of beehives with some sweet little bumblebees, and then a pretty little green and yellow quilt hanging on the fence and some yellow bunting. These are just so much fun to design and add all those fun little details in. And I can tell you, on the White House, I had originally charted it in ecru and I think 712, which was a pale yellow, and it completely disappeared on the fabric. I took out the 712 yellow and switched it with B5200, and now it pops beautifully. So it's amazing how one color can just totally transform what you're doing. That's something I've learned the last several weeks, is choosing colors for cross stitch patterns. So this is a 14 count Aida that I coffee and tea dyed. It's just some inexpensive Charles Craft Aida that was white from Walmart, and then I tea and coffee dyed it myself. Then I added some cream pom-pom trim, some yellow fabric from my stash, it's just a solid, and then this pretty natural and gold ribbon with a sweet little bumblebee charm that I had in my stash already. So this pattern is also available for free on my website until August 1st. And I've already started working on the September pattern. And I think it's going to be pretty cute. I'm loving designing these little detailed birdhouses. They're so much fun. Okay, whoops. The next full finish I shared is the Share Your Sunshine pattern. This is the pattern that is available currently only in the Clutch Club or Handbag Club package. I do still have some of those available. The link for that is on my homepage. So what you get is either a clutch or a handbag, a handmade needle minder, a cross stitch pattern, which is this right here, and some other stitchy extras. It's a surprise box, it's fun. And this month is a sunflower theme, and let me tell you that the fabric is just, I guess I could show you the handbag because I kept the handbag for myself. But first, let's finish talking about this. So we have 3 sunflowers, and there's details in the center of the sunflower and the petals and the leaves, and 2 sweet little bumblebees flying above. Let me tell you, I think I stitched this whole thing probably twice, just trying to select the right color for the patterns and the details to pop. So like the center, I switched all the colors at least twice, maybe 3 times. And these flower petals here, I had to switch the detail color and then the fill-in color. And yeah, I agonized over the colors on this one to make it look right. This is more of that 14 count tea and coffee dyed fabric, and it simply says Share Your Sunshine. And I finished this in, it's from Walmart. It looks like this on the front. I just flipped it around. There were staples here with like a rope to hang it from. I just used some pliers and pulled that out and stuck my finish right inside, so it'll just sit right up on a shelf all on its own. Now, if you want to see the handbag, and the clutches are made with the same fabric. So it is this gorgeous sunflower fabric. That piece of fabric had a wrinkle in it. So here you can see the metallic, the gold metallic detail in both the main fabric and this binding fabric, but those sunflowers are just stunning. And it has the little sunflower charm. And then here, whoops, upside down. Here is the inside. So in the inside, the pocket has cream with some gold and orange leaves that also has some gold metallic. It's a little hard to see, but that is the fabric. Again, I do have some left of both the clutch version and the handbag version available on my website. So you would get a clutch or a handbag in this fabric, the pattern, sunflowers, as well as some really fun stitchy extras. Okay, so that takes care of my fully finished items and my finish. Oh, I forgot to mention earlier, Stars and Stripes Forever, that's a combination of 2 patterns from Cherry Hill Stitchery. I know I've shared about it in the past. So I combined her Stars and Stripes Forever pattern with her Red, White, and Bloom pattern. And this was part of the Nicole Spore, I am so sorry, I'm getting my words mixed up. Nicole Spore Summer Sal. So I just need to figure out how I'm going to fully finish that. I need to dig through my bin of finishing supplies. So next is whips, I guess. I have a few finishes. Well, almost finishes, I guess. So I did a short little whip parade on Instagram, and as a matter of fact, I think I'll probably go ahead and pop it in here for you. It's only 1.5 minutes long, so I'll go ahead and pop that in right here. Enjoy, and then when I come back, we will talk about what I worked on. So that was a fun little whip parade. It definitely took some organization of the project bags to make sure everything got back in its correct bag. But after doing that little whip parade, I was just really itching to work on my Well Hello There's. I had already started or finished January. I haven't fully finished it. It's just tucked away in my bin. But I wanted to go ahead and stitch up July. So here's Hello July. I just need to add the buttons, and then this will be ready for full finishing. And I already had February started. You'll see that, you would have seen that in my whip parade. So I went ahead and finished that after I finished July, because the Hello July, I started and finished it in the same day. It was so fast. And then between that day and the next day, I finished February, which also didn't take very long. And I was on a roll. So I went ahead and started March. I guess I should talk about fabrics, huh? The Hello July is stitched on some of the same pale blue Aida that I did the Stars and Stripes Forever and the USA Forever stamp to make it coordinate. The Hello February, this is on a Fabric Flare Shabby Chic Wood Pink in 14 count Aida. And then March is on a scrap of 14 count Aida that I dyed with apple green RIT dye. So I started in the center because I have such a small piece, and I'm just working on the word March. And then I'll just have the hello at the top and the pennant shaped border to do, and then it will be ready for its buttons. So I need to add buttons to the ones that are done and finish up March. Oh, I also found another whip that I didn't share in my whip parade. because it's in the same bag as Well Hello There. And I'll go ahead and share that here. It's Silver Creek Samplers When Life is Done. And I just realized that something got spilled on my fabric. I think it'll be okay though. So here's where I'm at. I've got all the words finished and the lady's dress started. And let's do this. And the branch for the vine done. So I basically just have this down here, which is more full coverage. And I've switched out the colors in the dress to yellow to be my mom's favorite color. And I really would like to, oops, showing the chart there. I really would like to have this finished before the anniversary of my father's passing next year. So my goal is to try to have that done before the end of January next year, which I think should be doable, especially since I have the project bag out. But I think somebody spilled some iced tea on it. Right, next up is And To All a Good Night. This is a whip from a few years ago. I need to pause just a second and go let the dog out before she starts barking. Okay, I'm back. And I also shared this in the whip parade, and here is where I'm at now. Gotten quite a bit done. This is a 14 count opalescent Aida that I RIT dyed in indigo dye. I just love the modeling and the sparkles make it look like a starry night sky. So I finished all the words and most of the snowflakes. No, I think I have most of the snowflakes. I think I only have one or two. No, the snowflakes are all done. Yeah, so all the words in the snowflakes. As you can see, I'm trying to complete the white, and then I'll fill in all the colors. So that will be super cute. The reindeer, there's a reindeer that goes right here. And it looks really funny without it right now. So I really want to have this done by the end of the month, which I think is possible. Because this has been a whip for three years. I think I started it for Christmas in July 3 years ago. Is it in a Christmas bag? No, it's in a strawberry bag because that's the one that was empty. Use what you have, right? Okay, the next whip I've been working on is Land That I Love by Teresa Kogut. I've just really had an urge to work on this lately, even though I thought I was done with Patriotic. And here is where I'm at. So I haven't made any more progress on the border or the house, but I did complete the flag and have started on the flowers that are in the little boat. So I'm working right in this area right now. And just look at the detail in that flag. It's a lot of different color changes, but it's so pretty. I love it. So it's been fun working on this. I think I have a mild obsession with samplers lately because I really want to start another one, and then I have another one on the way that are all big. Could be a problem. We'll see. So that is all the whips that I've worked on. I have not worked on my Welcome to the North Pole anymore at all. I only have the teeny tiniest start on the July section. and there's a lot of stitching in that section, and the fabric I'm using I stitch a little slower with. I'm trying really hard to keep up with that sale, so I guess I need to pull that out over the next 2 weeks before the end of the month for sure, and get that done. So maybe I need to tuck away land that I love for now and work on my To All a Good Night and Welcome to the North Pole. All right, so I guess I'll get into plans just a little bit. I only have one plan really, and I've had this pattern for a while. It's Let Love Rain. That's also by Teresa Kogut. It is a very large sampler. Let me see if I can find the cover photo. Here's a sampler. It's absolutely stunning. And I want to stitch this. How am I going to show this? This might be challenging. So I'm debating between 3 different sets of colors. If you saw my Instagram poll or story poll, then I've shared it, but it's really, really hard to photograph. So let's see if I can do this without dumping everything. So I want to stitch this on a 32 count raw silver linen by Zweigart. These here are the called for colors. And see, even in video, this blue here is showing up way, way brighter than it actually is in real life. I mean, this one is just a little bit brighter than it actually is. And this one. But the one that's called for shows up really weird. They're definitely what you would consider prim colors, darker colors, and it's more of a gray blue. It's definitely a gray blue. And I wanted more of a blue that matches the photo. So let's see. That's a better representation. Maybe. I don't know, it's so hard to... This is such an odd color to get on the camera, because it's not even as bright as that is showing. That's showing it as more of a vibrant blue when it's really not. Let's see if I can find something white. No, you're still not getting it. That is closer to how this thread looks, which is not at all the blue that's on the cover photo. And I fell in love with the cover photo. And it's just because this color is so hard to photograph because it comes up so much brighter. Something like this or like this is closer to the cover photo. This might be a little bit brighter in person. So I think what I want to do, I mean, I put the poll on my Instagram and I'm sitting there like, please pick the fancy floss. Please pick the fancy floss. So I'm going to go with the fancy floss version, which will have a couple of DMC in there just because I didn't have a fancy floss that was close to the color. So I'm not wildly changing the colors. I'm brightening up the blue and the yellows a little bit, but everything else is called for. Let's see. There's one of these here. I don't remember. There's one that's a mustard color. Like this color here is supposed to be the main part of the flowers. It's not a very good color. So I'm going to use these two yellows for the flowers. just to brighten it up a tiny bit. And I'll share that color conversion on my Instagram in more detail. And part of that will have to do with once I actually start stitching and see how it looks. Got this whole mess here. So that means I'm kind of itching to stitch it, but I also want to do it as a birthday start, and my birthday's not until September. So we'll see if I can wait that long. I have plenty of other large projects I could work on in the meantime, but it's calling to me. So it may end up getting started early. Maybe I can at least make it until August. Let's try for that. That might be an easier goal instead of waiting until the middle of September. Okay, so now we are on to haul. Like I said, let me let the dog in so she quits barking. Okay, I'm back. So like I said in the beginning, I have not had much willpower when it comes to haul. So let's start off with this pattern I picked up from 123 Stitch, Silent Night Cardinals. I'm a sucker for cardinals. They remind me of my mom and my grandma because they always love cardinals, and then I also love cardinals too. And it's a winter theme with little snowflakes in the background. So yeah, I just had to get it. And I've seen a lot of people stitching this one. Barbara Anna's Designs Santa's Trips. It has all these little Santas. And when I've seen other people sharing it, it just looks so cute. So I had to add that pattern to my stash. These I ordered quite a while ago from Annabella's. Little House Needleworks Americana Petites. The Teresa Kogut Honeybee Biscornu. And the Teresa Kogut Honeybee Needlebook. All very pretty patterns. Then I also ordered some Picture to This Plus Legacy from Fat Quarter Shop. And this is a 14 count Aida. Fat quarter. So it's a neutral with lots of modeling. There we go. That's a good representation of the color. Just to add to my stash, because you know I need more stash. That's another thing I've done lately is I've gotten some more of my stuff organized. I put all of my most of it, there's a few things stacked up on here. All of my cross stitch fabric in these little shoebox bins separated by count. As you can see, I have a lot of 14 and 28 count. And then this bin has 16, 32, as well as 18, 36, or anything odd, like 25 count. We'll just shove that right there to put it away. From Fat Quarter Shop, I got the Seasonal Stitchy Stars Table Runner quilt pattern. I could not resist. I still have the Stitchy Stars cross stitch pattern. This is the one I recently fully finished. So this is the patriotic, there we go, patriotic version right down here for summer. And I would love to stitch it, the cross stitch even, for different seasons. I don't know that I'm going to use the same colors that they picked for each season, but I would love to stitch it up for different seasons. But so this would be to make some fun table runners, and these are pretty long table runners too, 16.5 by 79.5. So they could even be used for a bed runner if you wanted to. Then I looked on Etsy for some Dimensions angel kits, because Dimensions is now out of business and these kits and charts are going to be disappearing, so I decided to grab a couple of really pretty angels. after sharing with you my previous finish of the Patriotic Angel. So these two are very similar in coloring. One is holding a moon and one is putting up the stars. I just thought they were very pretty and wanted to get them before they were no more. And then I also purchased from Ever Emblem. That's where I get all of my labels for my clutches and handbags and totes from. But I ordered some Amanda Corbett handmade ones to put on my quilts, because I didn't want to put my business name on any quilts I made, of course. I wanted to put my name. So very nice satin labels that are easy to tuck in under the binding. Also from Fat Quarter Shop, I thought I already had this pattern, but I couldn't find it. The So Scrappy Spools. I'd like to make a wall hanging quilt with this pattern at some point. Super cute. And then recently I made the mistake of watching the Fat Quarter Shop quilting video, which I haven't watched in a really long time. And she shared their Barn Star Sampler book. They also have a kit. I did show some restraint. I just got the book and not the kit. But isn't that gorgeous? All the sampler stars. Very pretty. And then the last thing I ordered was this perpetual calendar box from Polka Dots and Paisleys, or Paisleys and Polka Dots. I always get it backwards, and there's a website for both names, and they both sell decor. So, Paisleys and Polka Dots. Yes, it says it on the back. Paisleys and Polka Dots. So this is a perpetual calendar box that works with the From the Heart Needle Art monthly Quaker patterns. So I ordered the box. I also ordered all 12 of the patterns, so that was a bit of a splurge. Like I said, I've been bad on haul. And so I'll have those to share with you in my next haul video. So maybe next year I can work on the monthly Quakers, because, you know, I don't have enough whips already. And that's it. That's everything I have to share. So now it's just the giveaway. So last time the giveaway was for the summer stitching seasons, the keychain and the bag. So the pattern, the keychain, and the bag. And the winner of that is Crystal Inks. Crystal Inks. Please send me an email at the email address listed below with your mailing address, and I will get this shipped out into the mail to you. The giveaway for this time please be, shook the camera, sorry. Please be over 18 so I can ask for your physical address. Please like and subscribe the video. And please be in the US because shipping is crazy. So this time, the giveaway is for the spring bag, the spring pattern, and the spring keychain. These are just things that I know I'm not going to use, so I thought I would share them with somebody who would. So for this giveaway, please use the word spring somewhere in your comment. I know it's summer now, but maybe some of you would like to get this spring pattern before anybody else can, because I know they're not available for everybody to order yet. Yeah, so I guess for plans, I want to try really hard to finish And To All a Good Night and work on my Welcome to the North Pole. And I want to restrain myself from starting the Let Love Rain. I don't know if that one's going to work. I might have to just put a few stitches in just to say I did. But I'm also really curious if the colors are going to work too. Because especially after agonizing over the share your sunshine to get the colors right. I don't want to be unpicking half of it and restitching. So that's all I shook the camera again. I'm so sorry. That is all I have to share with you this time. I will try to be back in 2 weeks and not leave you hanging this time. As always, if you have any questions, please feel free to share them in the comments below. For a quick shop update, if you've ordered one of the North Pole totes, I'm currently working on those right now and hope to have them shipped out early next week. And I'm also working on a sample for the next tote. I'm trying to see if I have any fabric that's easily at hand. So here's the fabrics for one of the next totes that's going to be coming. This pretty daisy on the blue with the gold metallic, that's going to be the cover fabric. The binding, the turquoise bumblebees will be the big inside lining,